the quest for better urban design in Greenland, I'll give my impression of some of the benches in the town I live in, Qaqortoq. First, the React bench ticks all the boxes. It has a good view, it's central, it has a good microclimate, low traffic noise, a comfortable design, and it's even placed in between 2 flights of stairs to offer a welcomed bit of rest. Next up is the benches at Brattet. These benches are placed at the central harbour, so it's no surprise that they're probably the benches that have the highest rate of occupancy in town. They're placed against a southeast facing wall, and therefore they're great for taking in sun between morning and noon while chatting and watching the boats come and go, which is a popular pastime especially for the retired. The benches at the town square is just one of the square's attractive features. As many town squares, the square probably has the highest density of seating anywhere in town, and when the occasion and weather permits it, both benches, the fountain, the grass, and even the plinth of one of the framing buildings come into play. But not all seating is created equally. What sets the benches by the fence apart from the other benches at the square is that they're leaned against a south-facing surface, and thus they're subject to a particularly warm microclimate, which significantly raises their yearly comfort hours, which is truly reflected in how much they're used. Compare this to the least used bench by the square. It's the stone bench by the statue across the street, which I think can be attributed partly to its location, but mostly to its design and material. I think it would see more use if it had a back and if it was made from wood instead of stone. Another common gathering spot is outside of Posen, which is one of the supermarkets, where the benches attract users not for their good views nor for a particularly good microclimate, but simply because they're convenient for many people on many occasions, thanks to their proximity to dense housing and their placement between the supermarket, the church, and the municipality office. Specific is similarly frequently visited and can offer a much more pleasant view and microclimate. And in spite of this, no benches are placed here. I suspect this is because of the relatively tight space, but I think a well-nested bench on the bank of the river could serve well as a particularly cozy spot on the warm south-facing bank by the trickling river. I don't think the proximity to the road would be much nuisance, because thanks to it being a dead end, it has a low frequency of slow-moving cars, while pedestrians vastly outnumber the cars and largely stroll on the middle of it as though it's a continuation of the connecting pedestrian street. This was just a select few benches, but for now I'll leave it at this and say thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please do the interactions and stay tuned for more videos about urbanism in Greenland. The occasion for this video is that I have heard one too many architects say that urban design is relevant in Greenland because the climate is too rough for any kind of life on the street. I want to put that misconception to the grave because it consistently holds efforts to keep the city livable. As anyone who lives here will know, we have wonderful options for life outside and around the buildings, and of course we should appreciate and support those options. Spontaneous activity outside may not be appealing every day of the year, and the desired spots may rely more on factors that bring the local microclimate south, but that's no reason to neglect our common outdoor spaces. The vision for any city, including ours, should be to cherish and enhance what we have, and to attempt to set the physical stage for human flourishing every step of the way, which means no matter our visions for the future, we should invest in walkability and livability every step of the way there. Thank you.